Welcome to Chanting for Change. I'm Teri Angel here with my beautiful co-host, Karen Palmer.
Hi, did you see my orb just go by?
I did, and I'm looking at your shirt, and yes, that's gratitude. The key, isn't it? That is the key to everything, is gratitude. So grateful for you, Karen. Thank you for being here.
So grateful for all of you.
And the beautiful Christine Elizabeth.
Hi.
And Charlie.
Hello.
So happy to have everybody together tonight. Our Jean is away celebrating her anniversary. So sending her lots of love and energy and hope that she's having a beautiful time away. And those that are experiencing difficulties and struggles right now, we hold you in our heart as we do these chants tonight. The first one is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And Karen's going to tell us how to do this, and I'll type in the words.
So this is where we declare that we are removing all obstacles, all barriers, and all illusions. We are declaring that anything that is not divine love, light, and truth just be removed, transmuted into the love and the light and the truth that it really is. Everything that we're seeing on the planet right now, trusting that there's something bigger that we can't understand, but sending love and removing all barriers to love. So that's what this is all about. So we do that 3 times slow. I don't know if you have your mala beads. Awesome. All right. So when we do it 3 times slow, and then we'll have the 108 count, and beautiful Teri Angel will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then she will lead us in a meditation of freedom, and then we will move into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. And we declare that all barriers be removed. And we declare that all illusions be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's breathe in deeply. Take that breath right into your heart center. And then release it out, letting go of any remnants of those barriers or those obstacles that you perceived were there, keeping you from your higher self, keeping you from your authentic self. Breathe in again, feeling that freedom. And let's move forward on the path so that we can see the miracles, we can feel them, we can be assured that miracles are everywhere. They're all around us. They're happening every moment. The next chant is known as the miracle chant. And welcome, Tammy Hill. Thank you. So good to have you here with us. This next chant is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And Karen's going to talk about that, and I will type in those words into the comments.
This is our Nam Myoho Renge Kyos, where we allow the miracles to flow across the universe to all corners of the planet. We are declaring that all living beings awaken, and are accepting. We are declaring that all living beings are happy and healthy, that all living beings live in peace and harmony, and that all living beings are free from all suffering and all illusions. We do that 3 times slow, and then we'll do 108 count. And beautiful Teri will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then she will lead us in our heart and brain coherence experience. Then we'll share our I am story, and then we will declare peace on earth in our declaration for peace on earth. So we declare that all living beings are accepting and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And we declare that all living beings are happy and healthy. Welcome, Grace Isis.
Nam Myoho
We declare Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And we declare that all living beings live in peace and harmony and are free from all suffering and all illusions. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho 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 Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge 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 Kyo. Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Take a moment now, go into our hearts. Just take that breath in and release it out. That sweet release of anything that's not serving us. And then let's go into our hearts and let our heart and our brain communicate. Just breathe in slowly and deeply. Exhale it back out slowly. And add in the love. Add in something that makes you feel good, something you're grateful for, some care, some compassion. Maybe it's an animal that you're holding close in your heart. And we'll continue that feeling for another minute, and then we'll all share our I am stories. I am blessed.
I am joyful and happiness.
I am full.
Go ahead.
I'm full of love.
I am pure presence.
I am blissful.
I am ready for whatever life brings my way.
I am happy. I almost have it in my garden of wheat.
I am guided and gentle compassion.
I am awake and aware.
I am grateful.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I am peace.
I am peace. And we are
The P for
And
peace.
peace for
Peace for peace.
Yes, yes, we are.
Yes,
So
yes,
grateful. Grateful for this community that comes together for the purpose of peace, to bring more peace, love, and joy into our world. And we declare that every night. We just make that statement and know in our hearts that it's true, that we are seeing more evidence of peace in our world. We declare that there is peace on earth, and we declare that that peace begins inside of us.
we declare that
There is
there is
peace on
peace
earth.
on earth. And we declare
Yeah.
that peace
Inside of us.
is inside
Inside
of
of us.
us.
So it is,
And so it is.
So it is.
shall be. Oh, oh my gosh, what a day. I'm tired but exhilarated at the same time. I'm so ready for what this week is all about and for what it means. And from the ones that are striving to pull communities together to honor the land and to really honor peaceful relations with each other. And there's a lot of that going on right now. There's a tribe or two tribes up in the New England area that are really coming together right now and making more peace pacts and wanting to work together instead of seeing each other as separate. And, you know, that's where it all has to begin, isn't it, Karen?
Yeah. Chief Phil Lane is doing some wonderful things in Canada also, and all over really. He's got all kinds of things going on. And if anybody wants to follow him on social media, he's very accessible, and he always posts the most inspiring work that they're doing as they're sovereign, you know, this sovereign family of knowing that we are a human family, a global family, and that we're all in this together. And they have some beautiful, beautiful principles for if we were to follow those principles, we would have a completely different world. And so I feel like there's a lot moving in that direction, especially with World Unity Week coming up. I think that people are going to feel so inspired and so uplifted by what's happening, because you know, I've been behind the scenes getting things ready, and I can see incredible, beautiful souls that are just so ready for this. There's no more illusion, there's no more delusion, there's no more distractions. And that's what it's all about, is when we are distracted by the duality, when we are distracted, we become delusional. And that's what, unfortunately, this world is trying to do. And we have to remember that when we see that in this world is not the world that we are co-creating. There's another world that we're co-creating. And it's a world that is ready for the birth and ready for the rebirth. And I'm excited to be a part of it.
Me too. Me too, Karen. And I know that World Unity Week, there are so many programs. Every day you can find something that will
Yeah.
speak to your heart.
And all you have to do is go to worldunityweek.org and you can see all the stuff that's already happening. I can't wait to see and hear all of these beautiful interviews that are planned for it. Teri, can you tell us a little bit about what's happening in South Dakota for people who maybe aren't familiar with what you're doing?
There is a Sioux chief here, Chief Golden Eagle. He's very well known. And it's on his property on the reservation here in South Dakota. I'm in a little town called Wagner. It's a very small town. And we are coming together for a full week to purify, to dance, to honor the earth, honor our ancestors, the grandfathers and the grandmothers, and all of nature, and just come together in community and lift each other up and pray for each other. But it's a time really of going in. So it's shedding all of the 3D stuff and just moving away from anything that surrounds that and fully acknowledging ourselves as spirit beings. There will be a lot of drumming and other instruments, and I just can't wait. And I'm hoping to be able to sit with the chief. I'll be there tomorrow putting my tent up, and I have a beautiful lady that invited me to this. So we're kind of going to hang out together. My tent will be by her tent, and I'm hoping we'll be able to spend time really getting to know each other this week and helping each other. The ladies, there's a certain dress code for them as they dance and do what they're doing. The men, I can't wait to see some of these costumes. They do the full outfit, the headdress, the native attire, everything. But there's no videotaping.
Right. I was just going to say, I bet there's no.
It's very sacred. It's a very sacred,
very sacred.
ancient ceremony. And so, yeah, we respect that. And so once the dance begins on Monday morning, there is no videotaping. There's no access to the phones or to internet or anything else. It's just focused on spirituality.
What an incredible week you're going to have.
I know. I'm so honored to be here. It just feels like I'm in the presence of so much ancient energy that's right here in this part of South Dakota. And as I even came into the state, I was telling everyone before we went live that I just got chills and just knew that this is where I have been in prior lives. I have had ancestors that were here walking on this earth. And I had to get out of the car and touch the ground. I just had to be out in the air and breathe the air. It felt different, it smelled different. And where I was at were a lot of historical markers about some of the well-known Sioux that lived in this area and the things that happened here. So it's just incredible, the whole energy surrounding it. And like I said, it's a very small town. And I've met some of the locals already. I went next door to eat and met some of the local people that are here. And, you know, some were accepting and open and some were not. And that's okay. You're going to find that anywhere, whether it's a little town or a big town. You're going to find, you know, the different concepts of what that's all about, what people of different culture are all about. So I'm excited and I can't wait to report back next week at World Unity Week, when I come back into Colorado, that's going to be the beginning of World Unity Week. And I've got several programs going on through that week. And I'll be sharing some of what happened to me, to the journey that I'm on.
Oh.
And Charlie, you want to come out and dance?
Yeah.
Know how I behave.
But it was the most interesting thing because I had done the mileage. I knew how far it was to get from Boulder to here. And it was like 500 and something miles. So yes, I split it up. And so yesterday I drove and drove and drove and drove and drove. And then I stopped to do chanting. Well, I turned back on my GPS and it said I still had 400 and something miles to go. I'm like, I've been driving all day. What are you talking about?
Wow.
It was just weird. Oh, and today, so I'm following my GPS, right? Because if I don't, I'll get very lost. So I'm following my GPS. I have two stories. One of them, it took me off of I was on the interstate, took me off the interstate, told me to exit. So I did. And it told me where to turn. And so I did. And I was the only person on that road. It was just like this long road. And then I passed by this semi that's parked on the side of the road. And I see the driver walking. And it's hot as heck out here. And there was nothing. I mean, there was just absolutely miles and miles, as far as you can see, of just fields. And I'm thinking, where the heck's he going to walk to? You know, where is he going? And is he going for help? You know, all this stuff ran through my head. And I'm thinking, I really should stop and see if he's okay. But I didn't. I kept going. And so I get across the railroad tracks and it says to keep going straight. It's a dirt road. And I'm going, this cannot be right. Something is wrong here. And I still had that thought of, you should go back and check on him. So I turned around, no matter what my GPS was telling me. I turned around and I saw him. And so and there was no other car. So I just stopped in the road and rolled my window down. And I said, are you okay? Can I help you? Can I get you help? You know, is everything all right? And so he comes over to the car and he goes, yeah, I'm okay. I said, is that your truck? And he said, yeah. And I said, are you okay? Are you broke down? Is there something I can do? And he goes, oh no, I'm just delivering. They were spraying the field. And he goes, I'm just delivering. And while they're doing their thing, I'm just like walking because, you know, truck drivers, they don't get much of a chance to stretch their legs and walk. But he was so appreciative that I had taken the moment to check on him and to make sure, you know, to see if there was anything that was needed. And I thought, you know what? I did that, I think, for me more than for him because I didn't listen and I had to backtrack and come back to him. And because I did that, I was then going in the right direction because I shouldn't have come off the interstate to begin with. If I'd taken that little dirt road, who knows where I might have ended up. But because I kept having that thought of, you need to go check on him, I turned around and then I was going the right direction. And life is that way. When we don't listen, we might go down a wrong road. But if we correct that and come back and do that, which our heart is telling us to do, then we get straightened out and we get on that right road that we're supposed to be on.
Always do. Yeah.
Always. Yeah. So it was such an amazing adventure. And he was just like really impressed that I had stopped to ask if he was okay. So I guess not many people do that with these big trucks and the truck drivers and, you know, just making sure that they're all right and they don't need anything. So I thought that was really interesting. Yeah. And then the GPS took me off the road again as I was getting here. I wasn't on interstate, but for very long. The very first part of the trip, I was on interstate. Other than that, it was back roads. And it was just pretty much me on the road. There wasn't anybody else. But it took me off the road again and took me into a dirt road. I was really on this dirt road in between cornfields. I'm going, angels, I don't know what we're doing, but I'm just going to go with it. So I just kept going, kept going. I passed the sheriff, and I think he kind of gave me a strange look, like, what are you doing out here, lady? But it brought me around to the road I needed to be on. So it was like a day of dirt roads and adventure and just really, doing
Trust.
whatever, just trust. Exactly, Karen. It
Yeah.
was one of the most
It's
trusting.
the word. It's not just the word, it's the experience to
Yeah.
rely upon spirit totally. And when we trust, we are completely guided. And it's so simple because it's always simple direction. It's always very simple direction. When we're complicating it, that's our human intellect. That's us trying to, when we complicate, as soon as I start to complicate things, I realize I've stepped away from my innocent self, and I am moving quickly into the belief of the false belief systems. So I love that. That's such a beautiful confirmation, for all of us who are watching your journey and being a part of the journey, but also watching from the comfort of our own homes. You're in the boots to the ground out there in the fields, in the cornfields,
Literally in the cornfields.
Literally in the cornfields, you're literally in there. And so it just makes me so incredibly grateful for what you are doing for all of us, because there is no separation, there is no us, there is no you, there is no me. We're all one. And you are a beautiful, beautiful evidence of that. So thank you, Teri. Thank you. I think she froze. How beautiful that she froze. And Charlie, why are you so blissed out? I want to hear what's going on. What brought you to your blissed out state?
Could have been the Soul Cave today.
Oh, salt caves. Awesome.
Yeah. And what was it? Oh, we didn't last night I didn't get to say the miracle or whatever. But me and Eric and I, when Friday, we went to get, like, you got to get a town sticker for the beach for the car or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And we drove to the place, and it said closed, And I just looked in the window of the door, and it said closed Friday and appointments only, So I'm ready to walk back to the car, and a woman comes to the door. Oh, are you here for a sticker? Oh, we're closed today, but come around to the front door and I'll see what I could do. So we went around the front door, and Eric is already, trying to make a reservation to get the sticker another day. And, I go by the front door. She goes, oh, wait a minute, I'm trying to get some. And then 2 minutes later, a woman comes out, oh, come on in. And we got our stickers, even though they were closed. So
it's so beautiful.
So we got our beach stickers, so we're able to drive to the beach or get in or whatever without.
So awesome. It's just trusting and expecting those miracles, and then watching them just flow to us
and just know there's nice people out there.
And just knowing that not only is there nice people out there, there's nobody out there, because we're all one.
Yeah, but she could have just said, no, we're,
Yeah,
but if we can just remember that we're all one, sorry.
We can just remember that we're all one. We're all one. That there is no separation. Then we'll get more experiences like that. We'll have more evidence of that. When we're focused on fear is false evidence appearing real. But when we're focused on love and we're focused on expecting the miracles, then we get the evidence of that, just like Teri got the evidence of that. You got the evidence of that. And that's just how it works. It's just really that simple. There's only those two things. And if we don't complicate it, and we're always either projecting or extending, those are the only options that we have. So if we're projecting what we don't want. And if we're extending who we are. We're extending the love, we're extending the peace, we're extending the light. So it's really that simple.
And it all starts with the gratitude.
Gratitude.
That's
what it starts with.
gratitude.
Aha. It's our superpower. I tell the kids all the time, gratitude is our superpower.
Yeah.
Gratitude and kindness are our superpowers.
Yeah.
And when we use those beautiful powers, we see a different world.
Yeah, it's
Teri,
true.
you back? She's frozen again. She must have it. We're lucky we had her whole internet for the whole show, because now you're having some internet issues. But we're really blessed that we were able to have you for our whole show.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet.
Telling us it's time to get off.
That's what it's saying. It's like there's another show coming up. You gotta go.
Okay, so we end this by saying
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Everyone.
Bye.